Okay, wonderful. So thanks again for joining in. I hope you slept well and that you're feeling rested and settled this morning. So let's dive right into our mudra this week is Rupa Mudra, which is for the health of the skeleton. And it takes a little guidance to get into it, but it's kind of a lovely mudra once you get there. So you basically take your thumbs inside your palms and you wrap your fingers around your thumb, just gently. Then you extend your index, an itch, and your pinky finger. And then, so you have this shape here. Then you cross your right wrist over top of your left. And then if you can, you link your pinkies together. If it's not comfortable to do, you could just kind of keep them together like so would be fine, right? Mudras are all about intention, so shape isn't that, critical. And then the index fingers stay extended, and you can bring your hands, palms facing down, onto anywhere in your torso. Mine tend to rest right around my navel center. And relaxing your shoulders and arms. Sometimes when you make a mudra, for me personally, I find that my fingers are tense or I'm holding, gripping extra. So just if that's the case, noticing that and allowing there to be some softening through your fingers, your thumbs, and your hands. And as that softening occurs, let the softening migrate up your arms into the upper torso and head. And the softening then flow down through the torso, through your pelvis and hips, softening through your legs, down through your feet and toes. We have this balance of ready to start the day and simultaneously soft and relaxed. We've found that sattvic quality, that soft, balanced quality to move through the day. So feel your breath here. We're going to just approach our practice from the skeleton perspective today. So even as you're sitting for this last moment here, feeling your feet and the way they make connection to the ground, just as they are. And maybe you can feel the bottom of your pelvis, maybe your sitting bones or tail, just how it rests. Letting your bones settle. Okay, and then from there you can release your hands, palms open, back of your hands on legs, just for a moment to stretch the fingers out and to release your mudra as you open your eyes. Okay, and then let's start with a supine position, which is lying onto your back, and grab your belt. And if you want something under your head, that would work as well. So our focus today will be somewhat on the feet. So we're going to start with our traditional Supta Padangusthasana, our reclined leg stretch. And so just start with your feet on the ground, both knees bent. And here, you can just let your strap be nearby here. I'd just like you to lift the balls of the feet up, so coming onto the heels with your feet on the ground, and then press the balls of the feet into the floor and lift the heels. And then just go back and forth here. So you're flexing as your top of your foot lifts and then pointing as the heels lift. So just doing that a few times. And you'll see that your knees and legs will respond in that way. And you can speed it up or slow it down, whatever feels good. Just warming up the ankles here. All right, and then let that go. And then bring your belt around the bottom of your right foot, particularly around the ball of the foot if you can, and holding one strap in each hand. Left leg can be bent or straight, whatever feels good this morning. Now, as you're straightening your right leg up towards the sky, notice maybe bend and straighten a little bit how your knee can move. The knee straightens, of course, as your leg reaches and the knee bends. But see if you can sort of push through your foot to straighten your knee a little bit. So your foot and your knee are communicating together. So as you bend, pause, and then push through the foot to straighten your knee a little. So see how that feels. And then whatever amount of straightening you feel comfortable with, stay there. Now let's pull down on the left side of the tail of the strap and then pull down on the right tail of the strap. So you're turning the midfoot with using the strap, and your foot is pretty relaxed here if you can. Don't worry about how much movement you're getting, just intention to bring some movement into the forefoot or the midfoot. All right, and then pause there. Now just gently pull with both straps towards you, flexing the foot a little, and then point your foot into that resistance. So pointing while you're pulling your straps a little towards you, and then pull the foot towards you. So you're flexing, and then active point. And we'll just do this a few more times. So the whole time you have resistance around the belt. Toes, if possible, are just passive. So the toes are just staying in a relaxed position as you're moving here through your ankle. All right. So let's do one more active point and flex. And then take the strap away and turn the right leg out. So your knee and your foot rotate out and bring the ankle to the left knee. So you'll have to have your left knee bent. And then gather your legs in. Give yourself a little morning hip stretch here. Let your right foot relax. You can rock side to side if you want to. Now, if you prefer to keep your left foot on the ground, you can also rock side to side with your hands not around the legs. So you choose what feels good this morning. And then return your right foot back to the floor. And just bend the knees again, bring the feet on the floor. And let's do a little bit of that active lift the balls of the feet and then lift the heels. And so as you do that, do you notice any difference in your right foot versus your left foot? So for me, my right foot feels lighter. It feels like there's a little more blood flow in the area there. You notice what you feel, and then we'll pause that and bring your other foot up. So left foot, belt around the ball of the foot and holding one strap in each hand. Elbows can be on the floor. And again now, start with left knee bent. And then as you straighten the leg, reach through the foot to add to that straightening. Bend, and then reach through the foot to straighten. So this just softens the way that you approach the straightening of the leg versus just trying to push your knee straight. Okay, so attention on the foot and the knee here. And then when you find your leg extended to a comfortable range, you can pull down with one tail of strap and then other. So now we're twisting the midfoot. And again, just not trying to make it more than is available at the moment. So your foot is very relaxed here. And come back into the center. Now we'll just pull gently with both tails, adding a little flexion, and then press the ball of the foot up into the strap, keeping a little tension on the strap. So now we'll flex and point as you're keeping a little tension on the strap, all the while trying to keep your shoulders relaxed, right? It's a little tough when you're holding the belt. Easy breathing. All right. And then we'll pause that, take the strap away, keep the leg in the sky and turn the leg out. Bring the ankle to the knee and then either gather your legs in for a hip stretch or you can keep your foot on the ground. And if you want to add a rocking side to side, you can do that with your arms around your legs or not. All the while, left foot is just relaxed now. All righty. Come back into the middle. Let's just bring the knees in, roll on to one side, and then come up. And we'll come to hands and knees now. So let's bring blocks under your hands. And let's bring your, come from hands and knees to elbows on the blocks or forearms on the blocks. You can interlace your fingers if you like. Knees about hip distance here. And we'll just bring some movement into the shoulders now. So from a neutral spine here, we're just shifting backwards and forward. Moving through the shoulders, the elbows, the hips, and the knees. And so can you feel the bones of your skeleton supporting your body here? Just back and forth. Moving back only as far as your shoulders don't slide towards the ears. Good. Just one more back and forth here. And then return to center. Let's bring yourself more upright. We're going to take the right foot forward into a low lunge, left knee down. So I'm going to put some blanket under my left knee. And let's bring your hands to the blocks on either side of your front ankle, walking the front foot forward and torso comes forward here. If you're able to, tuck your back toes under. I'd like you to now press through your back foot and shift your pelvis forward. Okay, and then push through your front foot to shift your pelvis backward. Now I'm keeping the ball of the foot on the ground, the front foot here. And we'll go back and forth. So push with your back foot to go forward, push with your front foot to go back. So again, we're asking the foot, the bottom of the chain, essentially, to work to help move the hips forward and back. Now from this position, let's bring both blocks inside the front foot and wiggle your right foot out at a diagonal to the right just a little bit. Now we're still going to go straight forward, but we're going to just have the front leg moved out to the side. Still pushing with your feet. Push with the back foot as you go forward. Push with the front foot as you go back. And this time now, as you go back, let's lift the ball of the front foot. Push with the back foot to go forward. Push with the front foot, and at the last minute, lift the ball of the foot. So we'll do that a few times. You'll feel different, maybe different area of the right hamstrings, inner thigh here. All right, great. And then we'll go ahead and bring your leg back. Let's switch sides. So first we'll start with left foot straight ahead, blocks on either side of your ankle. Tuck your back toes if you can, and then push through your back foot to go forward. Push with the front foot to go back. I'm keeping the ball of the foot on the left foot down for this one. What I like about this movement is it just shows you the impact of how your feet connect to your hips. All right. Next time you come forward, bring both blocks inside the front ankle, wiggle your left foot and knee out to the left slightly, and then press with your front foot to go back, and press with your back foot to go forward. And when you go into the backward position, once you get there, lift the ball of the left foot up. So you're adding a little rocking into the left foot. Envisioning from your pelvis down your leg bones, right through your feet. All right, and then we'll come back to hands and knees. Take your blocks to the side. Now we'll curl the toes under. Now as you're here, feel the toes tucked under. Press the balls of the feet or the toes back. Push down and back as you hover your knees. So you're pressing down and back with the balls of the feet, and then rest, knees down, shift back into puppy. 2 more times like that. Take a nice breath in, lifting on the exhalation, press through your feet as you hover. Knees come down, shift back. One last time. Press down and back with feet. Float knees up this time. Take this up into dog pose if you like, or stay with puppy. Now knees are bent here. If you're in dog, knees can be bent. Reaching back through your hips. So the more you're able to reach down and forward with your hands, that gives you the ability to move your bum backwards. Okay. So let's step forward, feet to hands or hands to feet. What feels good for you this morning? Make your way to standing forward bend. Taking any kind of props that you like under your hands if you desire here. Feet are about hip width apart is fine. And sit back into a lower squat. Knees stay behind the toes. Stay in the squat here and then press through your feet. Stand all the way up. Reach the arms up to the sky. And then here with your arms shoulder width distance here, or a little wider, reach up through the left arm. So go ahead and reach for the sky. And then shift weight into your left foot as you lift the right heel. We call this reaching to the top shelf. And then come back to center. And then reach with your right hand, shift weight to the right, and lift your left heel. So reaching and side bending here. Let's switch. So reach with the left hand, shift weight to the left, lift the right heel, reaching up there. And second side, shift over, reaching with right hand, and then lift left heel. Nice reach. Let's do one more time on either side. Reach left hand up, lift right heel, and reach right hand up, lift left heel. All right, come on back into center. Great. Let's grab your ball and just do a little ball massage with your ball under your foot. You can choose whichever foot you want to start with this morning. Just a little bit of additional waking up through the foot here. Noticing how the bottom of your foot feels. Is there little places of tenderness or sensation that's pleasant, unpleasant? Just kind of being attuned to whatever's arising in this rolling this morning. Not trying to fix or change, just noticing sensation. If you want to keep your heel down and roll the ball sideways. The idea here is just to change the shape of the surface that your bones are receiving, right? So if you're on a flat surface most of the day, your bones are in one position or so. And then, so giving some nice variety here. Let's switch to the other side, other foot. If you've ever tried to stand on like a rock that's, say, near a creek or something like that, if the rock is dry and not wet and slippery, but it's amazing how that can be a lot of work for your foot just to be in that different shape. So the ball helps you to navigate that pathway to suppleness in your feet. All right. So we'll go ahead then, take the ball aside. Let's grab your strap. So we'll come into a high lunge here. So just have your belt. You can fold it in half if it's long. And just have your arms down alongside you here, holding the belt in your hands, arms wider than shoulders. And feel into your feet now, relaxing the shoulders. Now, as you sit back into your chair, sit back only as far as your toes and feet stay relaxed. So sometimes when we go back into our chair, the toes will lift. So just making this chair shape where your toes stay relaxed. Pick your right foot up and pause in this single leg chair. And feel the wobbliness of the left foot. Just let yourself wobble in the ankle. Now we'll swing the right leg back. Let's land on the ball of the foot if you're able. Lunge pose, bring the arms slowly up, pulling on the belt slightly if you like, and float the arms down. Staying in your lunge. Now you can stay here with just your arms moving up and down, or you can coordinate as your arms go down, pelvis descends, knees bend, and as your arms come up, legs straighten a little bit. But you can just stay with the arms if you want. So we're getting some movement through the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders. Nice combo. All right, now we're going to come back into our regular traditional lunge here. Tilt out over your front leg. Just give a tilt of the pelvis and then push through the back foot to balance on your left leg. Keep your pelvis and chest square to the front here. Let's give this a moment here to respond and then come back into Tadasana. And again, relax your toes or just notice as you sit back the response in your feet. Left foot back. Oh, no, let's hold the foot first. Lift the left foot up. I rushed ahead because we're running out of time. So just in a balance here. A little harder for me to balance on this leg. Swing left leg back. Coming into warrior lunge. Now arms up. Pulling on the belt a little bit and down. And then you can stay with this. Just this nice movement, or as your arms go down, pelvis descends, arms float up, straightening the legs. Just think of how your feet now, especially your back foot, if the foot is tucked, toes are tucked here, all the little bones in your feet and what miraculous movement they have to be able to do something like this that we take for granted. Okay, last one, we'll pause, bring the arms down. Now bow forward, make sure you're tilting from your pelvis over your femur here, and then warrior three or some kind of balance, shifting forward. Push strongly through the right leg and foot, really working those outer hip muscles there. Stay with your breath, and then return to Tadasana. All right, excellent. So let's come have a seat for a minute. Down on the, well, of course, down on the floor or a chair, I suppose. Grab something that you want to sit on. And we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. So sitting in the morning is a little trickier for most of us. I'm sitting on a block here. The body's waking up. So take whatever amount of prop you need. I'm not liking the block. So it's kind of it's a personal preference, but it's also kind of sensing where your body it feels appropriate, right? That's part of the yoga practice, is to where will I feel steady and comfortable? This is not working for me today. So sometimes it takes a little bit of uh, exploration there. Okay, so that feels pretty good, right? So it's important to always do that for yourself. So soles of the feet together. Now you can, if you're able, you can take your hands to the inside of your feet and just open your inner feet, like they say, like you're reading a book, right? You can open the feet up, keep the pinky toes together. Or you can just hold anywhere along the legs that's comfortable. Okay, wherever you are here, just lift your knees up in the air and then drop them down. So we're just going to do this about a few times. This is just an active uh, inner thigh release here. You're lifting, you're not using your hands to press up or down. And then just pause wherever they land and see if you can tilt your pelvis a little forward. Breathe down into the bowl of the pelvis. And then if you were in any kind of forward fold, come up, and we'll do that again. Unassisted, lifting legs and letting them release. So we're just using this contraction of the inner thighs here just to release a little bit, nothing to force. And then the next time they relax, just tilt yourself a little forward and pause. Breathe into the bowl of the pelvis. Feet can be together. And then coming back up. And then use your hands around your legs. Now you can cross your legs if you like in Sukhasana. If you need to do any kind of, I got to stretch my legs out after that, that's fine. Finding this Sukhasana, you hear the first part of the word Sukha is sweet. So this is sweet pose. If you want to come back into your Rupa Mudra, bring your thumbs across your palms, curl your fingers around your thumbs, extend your index and your pinky, cross your right wrist over your left, and then link your pinkies together. Rest your hands anywhere that's comfortable. Feel the vertical quality of your spine from your base of your spine, flowing up the sacrum, the lower back vertebrae. Visualize attention moving up the mid-back, perhaps inviting a softening to each area as you bring attention there. The vertebrae that flow between the shoulder blades, the spine, the bones get a little smaller as we move up towards base of the neck, softening the neck and head all the way into the center of the head. And let go then of image of spine and just come back to your breath. Visualizing a healthy spine. Attentively awake yet soft. You can join your hands together in front of your heart. Let's share one Om. We'll take a nice breath in.